Hi, I'm Jason from StrataGames, and today we're playing some Pauper. I'm finally diving into Mono Red. I've not actually played any form of Mono Red on the channel. Of course, Kuldotha is gone, so the time for that is over. But we're trying out this new-ish Mono Red Madness deck that looks kind of hot, that I've been seeing a lot of other people playing, and it just seems kind of cool. And honestly, when I play against it, it's very difficult to side against because it attacks on so many axes. Of course, it's got a bunch of burn, so you want to bring in your life gain. It has some creatures, so some spot removal might be important for like gutter snipes and flame breathers, and it's got graveyard cards like Sneaky Snackers, Faithless Lootings, so you might have to bring in some graveyard hate too. So it attacks from all these different axes, makes it harder for your opponent to survive. So we have just a lot of cards you're going to be familiar with, but Voldaren Epicure is of course great, Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, Faithless Looting, which is primarily going to be used to ban our Sneaky Snackers or cast our Fiery Tempers. It also just churns through our mountains. Flame Breathers and Gutter Snipes are our main win cons. Grab the Prize and Highway Robbery draw us some more cards and are great with Snackers or Fiery Temper. We play 4 Fire Blasts because we're just trying to go as fast as possible. If we end up with no lands and they end up with no life, then that's a good game for us. In our sideboard, we have 5 Pyroblast effects. Pyroblast itself is pretty expensive, so we actually just have a couple red Elemental Blasts. In this case, strictly worse because you can't cast them because of Gutter Snipe and Casting Flame Breather in case you don't have a target, but it's going to be fine. 4 Smash to Smithereens. We have 4 Searing Blaze, which is 3 damage to a creature and 3 damage to a player, assuming you've played a land this turn. Otherwise, it's just 1 and 1, but can be pretty good to remove a creature while still keeping your clock up on your opponent, and a couple Relics of Progenitus. So we're going to give this a go and see how it does. Upstate New York Pauper is holding a charity tournament on June 21st to help support Trans Lifeline and the Trevor Project. This is looking to be a great tournament with a bunch of prizes and, of course, for a great cause. And if you're like me, pretty far away from New York, there's a place where you can donate so that you can stay involved. There's a link in the description for more details, and let's try to make the world just a little bit better. All right, we're against Vinny Torres, who I believe usually plays Mono Red as well. I saw some data, I think Kalikai's did the trophies for last week, was like 26% Mono Red, so we're definitely in the Mono Red meta. This hand is not amazing because we don't have anything to do with a Snacker. Gutter Snipe's pretty slow, but we do have a couple spells and just some lands. It's not a great hand by any means, but if we can also just slow them down with these guys, maybe it'll be okay. They start with an Epicure. Epicure goes in pretty much every single version of Mono Red, so, or of course it could be Rakdos Madness, so we'll see what they're playing in a second here. They're just going straight to combat. I'll pick this guy off, and they're going to Ren's Resolve, Chain Lightning, Galvanic Blast. So we get a Highway Robbery. That's pretty tempting. So I could plot the robbery, or rather I could just cast it with a Snacker right now. I could also just leave up double red because then if they want to Chain Lightning us, we get to throw it back at them. And then if they throw it back again, like they don't get a Galvanic Blast. But I think we probably just want to go for the robbery, honestly. Or I could plot the robbery, which means I could cast it next turn, and I ensure 2 damage with the Gutter Snipe, but I lose the Snacker being able to block, potentially. I guess it's probably about the same, but I think blocking might be relevant, so let's just cast the robbery. Discard the Snacker, it'll come back when we draw our second and then third card, and we'll pass. They Galvanic Blast, Chain Lightning, and they do have a mountain. We get another land. More than we're wanting, but let's swing for 2. They have the Lava Dart. If I just run out of Gutter Snipe, it feels like it just dies without any value. And we can get the Snacker back, so I guess we're just gonna grab the prize with a Faithless Looting, deal 2, get our Snacker back, and pass. More land we don't need, but we did get a Fire Blast, which is good. This means we can play Gutter Snipe and then have Bolt, Fire Blast, and Dart right away, which is 14 damage, I think, which is a lot. They're swinging for 3. I think we're just going to take it, though. They have a mountain. I was just going to say, if we got another Fire Blast, that should be lethal, because this is going to be, once we have the Gutter Snipe down, 6, 6, 5 is 17. I guess we can't cast the Lava Dart, and if they dart this here, then we don't have it. Okay. So if I play the Gutter Snipe, then we have 5, 6, 6. Yeah, not quite lethal, but they probably can't kill us. And then all we have to do is play a mountain and play the Lava Dart, and we'll be fine. So I think we're just going to do this and pass. If they try to kill this, we're going to respond by throwing everything at them. And they are. We're going to they're Chain Lightninging. We're going to Lightning Bolt them. Then we're going to Fire Blast them. And then we're going to Fire Blast them. puts them to 1, and we can Lava Dart them on our next turn. And if I was worried at all about them gaining life, then I wouldn't have done that, but they're mono red, so I'm not really worried about it. Lava Dart, I guess we'll float a red, but we have a Lava Dart on them, and they know we do, so. Got their game 1. I guess this is probably a match. Searing Blaze is decent. They have creatures that I can stop as well as dealing them damage. Maybe we cut some of these because this is like slower stuff, I guess. Hand seems solid. A lot of burn. Faithless Looting with Fiery Temper is some good value. Need some creatures, but we can hold off theirs pretty nicely. And they just have a Tomb Raider, no artifact, which is cool. Another Fiery Temper. If we can hold these until we get 3 lands, that'll be real nice. Still no artifact. They're just swinging. We got 15 damage in hand. I guess we'll bolt the Tomb Raider. With just it being 1 damage, and them not even dealing us damage the first turn, I kind of don't know if I need to do that, but... yeah, maybe save it for the Alchemist, but if I don't get a land here, I'm probably just going to go... oh, that's amazing. What a great draw. I was going to say Faithless Looting into a Fiery Temper, but we got the Searing Blaze, so we can just deal 3 damage to both of them, and we'll pass. Synth into a Mountain and just pass. Another Searing Blaze. I guess we'll just Faithless Looting. I can always just pitch a Lava Dart. I don't lose a lot of value or anything. I want to hit my land drops because they're actually super relevant in this one. So Fiery Temper and... yeah, we have a Grab the Prize for the other Fiery, so we'll just do a Lava Dart. Deal them 3. I actually don't know if I want to play this Mountain this turn, though, because of the Searing Blaze. Possible there's a world where I'll want to just, like... you know, if they play a Kessig Flame Breather, I'll probably just want to kill it with the Searing Blaze. So, they got a Synth, into another Synth, into a Chain Lightning. They play a Mountain. We're still at 17. I'm not feeling too bad. Another Fiery Temper. Well, they're not playing a creature. We're definitely going to grab the prize with a Fiery Temper this turn. This is going to deal them 5. Keeps our hand stocked. And now we get a Snacker. Okay. We get a Faithless Looting in the graveyard. That's a way to get it in, but not a way to get it out. But that's okay. They're going to start cracking synths. I mean, it's not too bad for us. Lightning Bolt. Still pretty slow. Plus we have this Fire Blast and Lava Dart, which means that right there is already 5 damage to them. We play a Tomb Raider. We have a Searing Blaze, so if I just get a Bolt, I've got lethal. Another Mountain. So I think if I just Searing Blaze them, this is the best way for us to survive because we take out a creature, and then I can hold up Fire Blast if I really need, but then next turn I can just Fire Blast, Lava Dart, and Fiery Temper. So let's play this, Searing Blaze, take off their Samurai, and just pass. So they're going to have to find 10 damage, and if they can't, we're again 1 damage short with our Lava Dart and our Fire Blast. They have a Ren's Resolve, not anything amazing though, Mountain and a Percussionist. So 3 damage to us, and pass. And another Searing Blaze, so we just get to Searing Blaze them, and then Fiery Temper. And then if they have any way to respond to this, we have a Fire Blast, and we're going to get there. Alright, couple lands, Faithless Looting, Robbery, Temper, all seems solid to me. Silver Bluff Bridge, could be Grixis Affinity, could be Jeskai. Got some options. Nothing turn 1. Grixis it is. They have a Krark. Not really worried about that. I guess I could kill it just so they can't, like, deadly dispute it. Sure. Not really dispute it. I know it's banned, y'all. We're gonna just plot this Robbery. Just in case they kept a hand that doesn't have, like, a Blood Fountain or something else to, like, easily sacrifice. Taking this off the board's pretty nice. I got a Wellspring, that's fine. No third land, though, is pretty nice. Okay, we get an Epicure. So I think I just want to start with the Highway Robbery. We'll pitch a Fiery Temper going face. We do get 2 of our pingers, so let's just put a Flame Breather down. They can certainly kill it, but they're also going to be needing to look for lands, and then Gutter Snipe comes next turn. They do have the Galvanic, and they found their land. Unfortunate. And they have a Refurb. Okay. I guess this Faithless Looting isn't doing a lot for us at the moment. That was an annoying turn. They got everything they needed, really. Gutter Snipe. Yeah, I think we're playing a Gutter Snipe. I'm going to Lava Dart the Familiar so that they can't sack it or gain life off of it or anything. I'm going to play an Epicure. They have another Galvanic. I could have Fire Blasted in response. It feels a little too early to do that, seeing as I have like the Faithless Looting in the graveyard and stuff. They get down a Mirror Enforcer. We get a Bolt, so that's 7 damage. I think we just play a Mountain and Pass. They're going to swing. I will take it. They got a Fanatical. Annoyingly, they actually have a Spell Bomb, which could take out the Faithless Looting, although they'd have to crack it right now, which they do. Reasonable. Another Mountain. I've got to ditch that. Try to make something happen here. Grab the prize. Swing for 1. I guess we want to grab on the Lightning Bolt. We lose 3 damage from this. Currently we're at 9, but we kind of have to find something, I think. And of course, now we find the Fiery Temper. I guess that's just about the same as a Bolt, kind of. They explore onto the Mirror Enforcer, getting a Vault of Whispers. Ditch a Bridge with the Blood. They have a Krark. Not a big deal. Swing for 4. We get a Flame Breather. So I can play Flame Breather. Well, I'm going to do it after combat, of course, but then that can be 9 damage. We're close. They do just trade. Play the Flame Breather. If they kill this, I'm going to do 9 damage in response so that any bolt we draw will be lethal. We got a Furnace. They're swinging. I'm not going to block and respect like a double Galvanic. If they have that, we're going to die. They have a Hunter's Blowgun, and they're not even going to crack the Blood Fountain. I guess I probably should cast a Fiery Temper at the end step here, because if I don't and I draw another one, we're not going to have it. Possible they respond to this here by killing it, but that's fine too. They also could just have gain 7 off the Mirror Enforcer. Yeah, they do. That's fine. Lava Dart, so that's another 4 damage. So this is 9, 10, so they're at 4. Alright. They Toxin Analysis our Flame Breather so they can draw a card. That's fine. I don't think I need the lifelink from it. I guess I could bolt them, just gain 1. Puts me out of range of double Galvanic or like a Mirror Enforcer. I think I'm going to do it at some point anyway. Sure. Let's gain a life here. I mean, I can Lava Dart like a Refurbished Familiar, but I can still just flash this back for that, and the 1 damage could be relevant. I don't know. Finally, cracking the Blood Fountain, getting a Refurb and an Enforcer. They're going to Refurb. Of course, I'm going to Fire Blast in response. They get to draw. Have a Mirror Enforcer. And they could have another Reckoner's Bargain up. We just get a Mountain, though, so it doesn't really matter. We need them to have, like, nothing, and we need to draw something. They're going to equip. Swing with both. I mean, I'm going to die to a Galvanic. Not either way. Not if I chump here, but I'm fine with it. They're going to pass. We got another Mountain. Okay. Unlucky. We do get our Smash to Smithereens. I think Snackers would have actually been really helpful there. I almost think we want to rely on Flame Breathers less because they have Krarks and stuff. Maybe taking out 4 is outrageous, though. Take out like a couple Lava Darts. No lands. This one's decent. We get our Snacker on turn 2. And with an Epic here, we got to put 1 back, but with another Epic here, we can probably get the other Snacker pretty quick. So start with this and pass. They got a tap land, surprise. Another Mountain, attack for 1. Grab the prize on this Snacker. Another Snacker, which isn't looking great in this hand, but a Smash is pretty good. Especially if they play like Seed of the Synod, but they don't. Leave up Galv Blast, I guess. Another Smash. Again, not bad, but I would have loved another Grab the Prize this turn. Attack. They do Galvanic this Snacker. I'm going to hit for 1. I'm going to go for ditching one of these Snackers to a Blood. It really is only hurt if I find another Epic here, but not on this turn, like a later turn. But finding a Highway Robbery, though, is incredible because we get to just cast this and get back 3 Snackers right now. And that's going to be pretty good for us. We also get a Flame Breather, a Fiery Temper. So now this was incredible. But obviously would have been terrible if we didn't find that card draw. They got another Bridge and a Refurb. I think we're just ditching the Flame Breather, honestly. It's just a little awkward. Arc is inconsequential. It'll trade with an Epic here. Lava Dart. So I'm going to smash... Oh, I can't smash this because then they'll sack it to this. Well, I guess I'll just swing then. Smash can also just be an overcosted Lightning Bolt if I hit like a Bridge. I'll swing at the team. And they're not going to block a Snacker. They want this for a Reckoner's Bargain, but that's not happening. Let's smash it now. And now I'll hold up Lava Dart and a Fiery Temper in case they have another Refurb. And we should be able to get them, I think. There's a great Furnace. Sack it right away. All right. That's what I'm saying. The Snackers are real good in this match. This hand is not amazing. Might have to go with a Faithless Looting just to hit lands. But we do have to grab the prize. Some good stuff to bin. So we'll give it a try. They're on a mull to 5. They start with a Vault of Whispers. If we can get a smash, that's pretty good for us. Another mountain is great. That means I don't even need a Faithless here. We'll just leave it. They have a great Furnace into a Wellspring. Another grab the prize. We're going to start with the prize on the Snacker. If we play a Flame Breather, we can maybe get a little bit more damage. But it's also possible that they just kill it right away, and then we kind of lose some of our momentum. Whereas if we get the Snacker going, I think it's going to be pretty good damage anyway. Another Snacker, speaking of. So ideally they kill this here then with a Galvanic. If not, though, we'll just grab the prize again with another Snacker. We got a Faithless to bring them back too. We have an Epicure. They mulliganed low, and we had a similarly strong hand shaped up to be that way with Snackers. I think Snackers are our best bet in this match. They have a bargain, gain a couple life off the Wellspring and draw 3. And the next turn we can play Flame Breather and do 8 damage and Lava Darts if we need to. They Thought Cast. They have a Refurb. We'll just pitch a Mountain. Gutter Snipe. That's actually a little bit less damage because we can only cast half of these, but let's start by attacking with everything. We're going to trade. They're going to blast this one. Okay. So in that case, I think I just Gutter Snipe and Faithless Looting so that I can get the Snackers back. Or I could Flame Breather in case I get like a... Yeah, let's just Flame Breather in case I get a Fiery Temper off the Faithless. Deal damage. We don't, but we get a Smash and we get a Sneaky Snacker. Let's bin these two. Get the Snackers back. And we'll pass. They have a Wellspring, and we got them. This hand seems solid. Not as much synergy as I would like. They grab the prize with nothing really to discard. Same with the Epicure, but it looks solid. They start with an Arbor Elf. That's, of course, eating a Bolt. Fiery Temper, nice. Talking about that synergy. They got a Wild Growth, and another one, and an Arbor Elf. Well, that Arbor Elf has still got to die, and there's the Bolt to do just that. So that guy's down, and we're going to Epicure. This holds them off of a 7-drop. Pretty good for me. Acid Moss, not great when we're already looking at needing lands, but fine. And they get their splash color too. Mountain off the top. Nope. We will play an Epicure. An attack. Maybe I should have just discarded a Gutter Snipe to a Blood, but I guess we won't. They have a boarding party here. Yep. No Thermokarst. Nyxborn Hydra, that's about the best we can ask for. They can definitely have a 0/1 for free. Not too upset about that. I guess I'm chumping early just because other stuff has trample. And if we can survive, we still have a good shot. Another Fiery Temper, just one more land would be great. We got to discard this Gutter Snipe. There's our Mountain. And yeah, I guess we're just passing. Next turn we can shoot the boarding party. So again, I don't really want to take too much damage because then I can't block Tramplers. They do have a Jewel Thief. Even that can be enough trample at some point. And of course there's the Thermokarst. I guess we gotta get rid of something. Try to dig to another mountain. Flame Breather. Snacker. Hey, if we top deck a mountain, we're in a good spot. Well, we're in an okay spot. Let's chump. We can get the Snacker down. Nope, that's not it at all. And here I thought killing the first 2 Arbor Elves we'd be okay. And that's the game, folks. You know, I think Ponza is generally kind of a trash deck, but every once in a while it just works out for them. I think we're cutting our Gutter Snipes just because they're 3-drops. Bringing in Searing Blaze, more creature removal, and I think just a straight swap is what I'm looking for there. Let's keep a better hand. 3 lands, the Snacker's kind of stranded, but again, we can interact with a Arbor Elf and just other creatures. I think seems okay. Play a Mountain and pass. Yep, they surprisingly go the Wild Growth route. Grab the prize, incredible top deck. Let's get a Snacker down. 2 more lands, not my fave, but of course if they blow up a couple, that'll be nice to have the backup. They start with a Repurposer though. Not really when I want a Searing Blaze, to be honest, because then they can just play like a 6-drop. I think I kind of just want to grab the prize with a Lava Dart here. Flame Breather. Again, more and kind of too many lands, but of course this will be the time they sided them all out or something. They swing for 3. Utopia Sprawl. Alright, they got a Thermokarst. Not a big deal to me. And a Weather the Storm. Okay. Gain 9. Another Lava Dart. So we can get down a Flame Breather and then really start doing some damage. In hand, we have 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus, including our graveyard, and that can be an additional 5 with the Flame Breather, so 15. Avenging Hunter, not a problem. I have a Sneaky Snacker, and I can clear these two if I need. They get a mountain, they're going to swing, and we'll take it. Another mountain. So here I think I Fire Blast this Hunter, and then I Searing Blaze this Repurposer. Yeah, so let's swing for 4. Take the initiative. Searing Blaze, Repurposer, extra damage, and yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to kill this Hunter. And there's no way we're casting it full price right now, so let's just blow it up and pass the turn. They do have a boarding party into a Chrysalis, pretty annoying. Basically means we can't let them get the initiative, which means I'm going to have to either chump or Lava Dart this boarding party twice, 3 times, and blow up all of our lands. That's probably fine, right? Or I could just Lava Dart them for 6 damage. They're at 8. We have a trap coming. That's not going to be enough. Don't think I can afford to lose this initiative. You know, actually, I think we're going to do it. We're going to Lava Dart this guy 3 times. Man, I wish one of these was just a bolt. We're going to lose our lands, but we can forge onto this Flame Breather to make it a 3/5. I guess they have 3 spawns, so actually that can't hold back the Chrysalis. Never mind. Boarding party takes a damage. So I can double Lava Dart this, or I could just single Lava Dart it and chump with or trade with the Flame Breather. But having the Flame Breather feels pretty good. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call, but I'm gonna go with the Lava Dart route. I'm just gonna waste all of my lands. That's what they wanted anyway, right? They have no cards in hand, is the good news. So we could forge. I think we forge, and if they don't get a creature, they have to swing with the Chrysalis. Then we have just a giant snacker to hit them back with. And we're in a burn deck. I don't think we're going to be scrying here, you know? Searing Blaze could be decent. Really depends on what they draw here, because if they just have to choose between the initiative and holding back, that's pretty good for us. If they just get Repurposer, that's still about the same, because they can swing with the Chrysalis, but then I can still hit with the snacker. So I think that's fine. Yeah, because they take the initiative, they get Forge or whatever, it doesn't matter. I can hit for 4, Searing Blaze is another 4, and I have a trap, so that should be good. And they can hit me for a bunch here, but not enough to kill, obviously. They are going to sack them all, though. 6 damage. Grow the Repurposer, I don't care. It doesn't matter if I kill it or not, just as long as I deal them damage. Attack for 4, trap, and Searing Blaze. Alright, kind of a close one at the end there. Let's try to do that again. This one is tough because it's just 1 land. But we can Bolta, Arbor Elf. Of course, they're going to be leaning on enchantments if they can. They did mulligan to 6. But I can, like, Faithless Looting to try to find another land. Bin a Snacker, potentially get there with a Robbery. It's not great. I like it. There's definitely the possibility we just get Ponza'd. But they're on a mull to 6. I'm going to try it. If they kept, like, Snap Keep, you know, a perfect hand, I'd probably throw it away, but I don't know. I start with a Wild Growth, not great. Get a Fiery Temper. We're just going to Faithless Looting. 2 lands, not bad. Get rid of a Snacker and a Lava Dart. Utopia Sprawl. And a Jewel Thief. Okay, so we get to keep our land. That's good. And we get to Searing Blaze this Jewel Thief. Or I could just double Snacker right now. How much do I care about this Jewel Thief? Not a ton. Yeah, I think double Snacker is pretty good. Keep drawing for more stuff. More lands and whatnot. Get these guys back. Fire Blast isn't bad. Flame Breather. I can counter their Ponza spell with a Fire Blast. They have an Acid Moss. Funnily, I could just Fire Blast them. They don't get to search for a land. But I think the extra land that I lose is pretty devastating, because that means I don't get to Searing Blaze or Flame Breather or anything this turn, which I think is pretty good for us, so it's fine. We'll take 3. Lava Dart. Kind of want to Searing Blaze while I have the opportunity, because I might not if I don't hit another land. It's kind of tough, though, because do I swing with these? If they have a boarding party, I take a lot, but I also have to pressure them, right? So yeah, let's just do it. Searing Blaze and swing for 4. We also have another 5 damage. Well, no, because our Lava Dart from our graveyard we can't cast because we have a Fire Blast. I guess we should have just Lava Darted, actually, instead when they Acid Moss. I shouldn't have Fire Blasted. I could have Lava Darted from the graveyard. That would have been worth it, I think. Should have done that. And they're going to Thermokarst, so let's just... We can kind of just get them with these Snackers, actually. They didn't have like a big 6-drop or anything, but I think we just take out their spawn. No, we just hit them for 1 because this is a 3-turn clock then. All right, let's just dart them. I don't know why I forgot to do that when they did the acid moss, but I think it'll be okay. Because now we have a couple turn clock here, and I can just lightning bolt them. And if they have another land destruction, I'll probably lava dart twice instead. But they're going to swing for 3. Land and nothing. Well, we got a lightning bolt for you. Swing. And they already showed that they didn't have a weather. They would have done it before, I assume. I'm just going to go for it. Maybe they do. They do. Interesting. I thought they would have done it when I did the lightning bolt, because then I could have just not cast the lava dart and I would have had them. But it doesn't matter. I got there anyway. No lands. Down to 6. Not great, but we have some card draw to get our second land at least. I think we got to put away the gutter snipe, though. We could probably get there on just these cards. Mountain. Could be the mirror. We'll play an epic here. We find our second mountain, which is nice. The all-in nature of this one with all the fire blasts does feel like we can go a little bit faster than other red decks, and they kept 7, but they kept a 1-lander with a lava dart as their plan, I guess. I can flame breather, but then I get nothing out of it if they just bolt it. I think we wait at least a turn, right? So we get at least an extra damage. And yeah, if they've got nothing going on, I'm not too eager to give them targets to hit. Fiery Temper. Sure, let's just Faithless Looting, I think. Grab the prize, Fiery Temper. Tough. I don't want to, I guess, Gutter Snipe, because we just can't really fit it in anywhere. I don't want to get rid of anything that does damage without needing to cast other things, because I think that's the main way we're going to get here. Gotta pass. They got a Percussionist. We are not doing anything about that Percussionist. We're just gonna bolt them. I guess I probably just hold the bolt because I can use it with the Flame Breather for an extra damage. Epic here. Yeah, I don't really want to grab the prize on any of the cards we have, so let's just Flame Breather and pass. Extra damage from bolt. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. We're not blocking. Not because I'm worried about them having like a Galvanic, but just I don't want to give them the card or anything. They're going to pass. Well, I'm going to bolt them here. If they have a bolt for this, that's fine. But if not, maybe they're Rakdos Madness, but I guess we wouldn't see these cards in that. Just don't know what they're doing. Oh, Fiery Temper at the end step. Sure. Nice tech. I'm not going to go all in on this Fire Blast right now. Faithless Looting. I don't mind grabbing the prize on that. Thinking for 2. And then we get a Snacker, but we have double Epic here, or rather double Blood, so that's fine. Plus we have a Faithless in our graveyard. So let's just pass. We have an Epic here. We just need to find, what, 5 more damage? We'll be golden. Fiery Temper is a pretty good one. Let's just discard that, throw it at their face, and a Gutter Snipe. So let's just discard this Snacker, get a Bolt or anything. No, we got a Mountain, that's fine though. Swing, they block. Next turn I can Gutter Snipe, Fire Blast, that'll be lethal. And they found their second Mountain. Lava Dart, play a Gutter Snipe, and throw 6 to the face. Alright, another red, we get the Searing Blazes for, yeah, I think the Snackers and the Robberies like last time. Just a little bit slower. I think I like that. Alright, a couple of Flame Breathers, Fiery Temper, Searing Blaze. We got some good removal and stuff. I like it. They got a Relic of Progenitus. Good to keep in mind, but luckily we sided out a couple of the Snackers, so not too worried about that. Just gonna pass here, and they're passing back to us. Well, another Searing Blaze. I guess I Faithless Looting. Searing Blaze isn't gonna do anything until we find more lands. Not enough, anyway. I don't want a Flame Breather with them just like bolting it right away, so let's just Faithless Looting. They can, you know, get our graveyard, it's fine. Fiery Temper and a Lava Dart. Dome them for 3. And they just crack the Relic right away, getting a Lava Dart and a Faithless. We didn't even draw any lands, so we're certainly not cracking that Dart. I'm not really that worried about that, though. Percussionist, Fire Blast. I guess we'll play an Epic here. Not a lot going on here. They got a lot of lands, it feels like. I'll happily trade. They don't even want to. Sure, we'll just pass. Snacker. I'll bin a Snacker. Try to dig for a land or a Faithless or something. Another Searing Blaze, okay. A lot of damage as long as we can just start hitting some lands. And I guess these blazes are going to need creatures to target as well. Lightning Bolt. Since we're going to have to start discarding, I guess I'll throw out a Flame Breather. They can bolt it. And they have a 6th mountain. They have their own Flame Breather. Oh, and it's a mirror match. We didn't even know because they've drawn so many lands. So Fiery Temper is going to try to take out our Flame Breather. We really need a land so the Searing Blaze can take out their Flame Breather. I could Fire Blast in response, but I think we're just going to lose if we lose our only 2 lands. So we got to let it go. So they are playing Mirror, but they're playing Percussionists. Now they got 2 of them. I guess we got to trade. They get to grab the prize. We get to grab the prize. I guess I could just bolt this and Lava Dart this. Probably for the best. So I could grab, but I don't really love that. I got to kill this at some point, I think, before it does too much damage. And we'll just dart this so that they have to use all this on the same turn, which isn't really going to matter, but whatever. There's their Epicure. Demand Answers. Sacking the Blood. Nothing to discard, I guess. Now, another Demand Answers. They still have a Grab the Prize in exile. They're just getting massively flooded. Grab the prize with a mountain. Okay. We get a Lightning Bolt. These Searing Blazes are so... Like, I could do 1 and 1 for 2 mana. That seems terrible. I guess I'm going to grab the prize and just ditch one of them, because I don't think we're ever going to use all of them. Get back our Snacker. Play a Mountain, which, of course, triggers the Blaze, but I can't use it this turn. But we also just need to hit our land drops for these Fire Blasts and such. So right now we have 8 damage out of nowhere, but if we get a 4th land, we can do a lot more. In fact, 4th land means double Searing Blaze for 6 damage to the face and then double Fire Blast. They have a Gutter Snipe, but we can bolt that. They bolt us. Yeah, we actually, if we hit a mountain, we can win, but we absolutely need to hit a mountain. So I'm just going to bolt this, just in case there are other cards like a Chain Lightning. Of course, if it was a Chain Lightning, they should have used that first. So I'm not really concerned it is, but they have a Lightning Bolt, and if they have a Fire Blast, we're just dead, but they don't. So we're down to 2. They can attack for 1. Give me a mountain off the top. Come on. They don't have a dart, right? I don't see one. Mountain off the top. It's not a mountain. By Flame Breather, and then Faithless Looting. That's 1. This is potentially... This can be 10 with a Flame Breather. This is 12. Faithless is... I'd have to hit like a mountain and a Lightning Bolt. By just Faithless Looting, and I hit a land, this is still 11. 12, 13. So I would still need to hit, whether I do it now or later, still going to need to hit 2 things. 13. Yeah, either way, it should be the same. So this is 3, or this is 3. All right, let's just Faithless Looting. Mountain and a Lava Dart. I think that does it. I'm pretty sure I calculated, right? Because this should be 4, 8, 13. 8, 11, 12, and the Snacker should be lethal. So if we ditch Searing Blaze, Flame Breather, we should be fine. Attack, put him to 12, Searing Blaze, shoot these, and then Lava Dart, and then Fire Blast twice. I think they're going to be a little salty, and I don't blame them. Ooh, that's crazy. All right, on the play here, and... It's one of those classic, it's going to be really good if we just get these guys down and they survive. And if not, not amazing, but lands, creatures, and spells kind of just all you want. They are on blue, which makes things worse. Probably means this Flame Breather can get on the field unless they had like a Force Spike, but countering everything else is going to be a pain. I'm going to guess Mono Blue Terror. Merchant Scroll. Never mind, it's High Tide. Okay, well, Gutter Snipe's going to be around. As long as they don't kill us this next turn, I think we can do a lot of damage. I could just cast these, but that doesn't seem to make any sense. We're going to go for the Gutter Snipe, hope we don't die. And if so, this is 6 damage, this is 8 damage, so this is 14, 15, 16, 17, and this will deal 3. So this is 20 damage that we have on board if they can't win on turn 3. But they have 1 High Tide, we know that, so it's always a possibility. And they feel that they are under the pressure, so they're going for it. There's the High Tide. There's the Ideas Unbound with a Psychic Puppetry. There's a Preordain. Not a bad one to see this early. So they got 2 mana. They got to draw cards and untap these. Hidden Strings, that's a pretty good one. 4 mana again. Another Ideas Unbound with 1 Puppetry. Brainstorm. All right, we got there. They didn't even want to see that I guess since they had to start going off, or they felt like they had to, they lost. They were going to have to discard 6 cards. So they were going to lose even if we didn't actually win that turn. But we did have it, which was pretty cool. We do only have 5 Pyroblasts. I saw Kalikai's was playing this deck and had 7. That would be a lot better here because Relic, maybe it does a little bit of something if they play Flood of Recollection, but I'm not counting on that. And I think we basically just take out Snackers and card draw because they're just slow. I guess like Grab the Prize is fine, so maybe I keep in like 1 Snacker for that. I think everything else is good though. Or maybe I just keep in Highway Robbery because it can find our blue blasts, red blasts, the blast blue. Yeah, Snacker on turn 2, just like 2 damage for 2 or 3 turns before they start going off probably isn't that relevant. I don't know. We'll keep the card draw to find our answers. We got a mulligan. This one is not great, to be honest. No clock. We do have 1 Pyroblast. I get rid of Faithless Looting here. I guess we'll keep it just because we have the Grab the Prize to dig more, but not doing a lot here. They probably have some number of blue blasts, so I have to be worried about that as well. I think I'm just going to Mountain and pass. They have a Brainstorm. I think if they Merchant Scroll, I just let it happen so that I can just blast it on the turn they High Tide, but they just cycle a Lorien. We get a Flame Breather. I'm going to play that. We don't even know they have a High Tide. If they can go off this turn, good for them. But we got to get this down, and then we'll start holding up Pyro. They snap the Flame Breather. Okay, fair enough. Preordain, Lorien revealed for an island. Then leave that for a Blue Blast, maybe. We get a Bolt. Well, we're just going to cast the Flame Breather and hold up the Pyro. They Preordain. They Merchant Scroll. Yeah, I mean, I know what I just said. It's possible that I should do it here while they're tapped out, because if they High Tide next turn and I Pyro and they have a Blue Blast for it, might not be great. But kind of still think we want to like make them try to go for it. Waste mana on that turn. So let's bolt them. Deal 4. Another Red Blast is pretty good. So I think I'm just attacking and leaving up both of these with the Lava Dart. Augur of Bolas. Was not expecting that. Do I care about that? It stops our Flame Breather damage, but otherwise I don't really care. I guess that's fine. They get a Merchant Scroll. We're going to Lava Dart for 2 damage. Mountain. So we're going to grab the prize on this Faithless Looting. This will be 3 damage to them. Another grab the prize. So we will pass, hold up our blasts. They start with a High Tide. We're going to Red Blast that. They're going to High Tide. We're going to Pyroblast that. It's possible the second one they wouldn't even be able to get there if they don't have another land, but all right, they concede, and we get a pretty nice quick trophy. Look at it right there in all its glory. Anytime I play a deck for the very first time and it feels just so clean and I get a trophy out of it, obviously it feels really, really good. This deck seems solid. Of course, people were doomsaying mono red when Kuldotha got banned. I certainly think that was the strongest version that we had because that's what people were doing. I never once thought red was going to be going away fully, maybe scaled back a little bit, but currently we see like 25-26% of the meta is some variation of mono red, with this Madness deck being a pretty popular version right now, and I get it. It feels very strong. It plays similarly to Rakdos Madness in that it has the Snackers, which are really aggressive. It has a lot of card draw, but it also doesn't have any taplands, which makes it just a little bit quicker. Of course, it doesn't have the life gain, so Rakdos Madness might be a pretty good counter to this deck because it can go about the same speed, maybe a little slower, but the life gain's pretty good. But in general, this version just felt really solid. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my patrons, including my $10 patrons, Howard Granger, FaZe, and Styx. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you all next time.